1 year ago today, I saw my guardian angel, and she spoke to me and comforted me. I was in a car accident, and my car rolled. Someone hit me. They ran a red light and hit me, and my car rolled. My son was with me. He was 4 at the time. I had minor bumps. He was totally fine. And I assume we should just stay buckled, stay where we're at in case the vehicle needed to be checked or stabilized or whatever. My car called 911, so I could also hear someone outside of the car calling 911. So help was on the way. And while we're sitting there, a woman came in. She opened the back hatch of the vehicle and started talking to me and to my son. And she just said, "Hey, you're okay. There's help on the way. I'm a nurse. Are you okay? Do you feel okay? I'm also a police officer. Just stay put." Sat there, talked to us, comforted us. And I looked back and I could see her just at the back of the car, and just felt really peaceful and comforted, that we were okay, that there was help on the way. And then the firemen came, let us know they were going to stabilize the car. Once the car was stabilized, we unbuckled. That was weird to unbuckle and drop down. I never thought I would experience that. That was just strange. Anyways, so we walk out the back of the car, and the firemen helped us. We went, talked to police officer, talked to the medics and everything, decided we were okay to go home. And I just definitely rested the rest of the day. I was definitely feeling shooken up, and I was telling my mother-in-law, I wanted to thank the woman that helped us, when we first, saw her. When we got out and we're talking to everyone, she wasn't there. I couldn't see her anywhere to thank her. And that's when I kind of had the thought, I was like, wait, was that real? It was so, I saw her, but it was just, it all happened so fast, and I was having a hard time piecing it together. And my mother-in-law happened to run into the fireman at the grocery store, and she asked him, was there a woman there? And he said no. The fireman was the first one to open the back hatch of the car. There wasn't a woman there. I think there'll be a part 2. Okay, this is part 2 of seeing my guardian angel. So my mother-in-law was talking to the fireman at the grocery store, and he just confirmed that he was the first one to the scene. He's the one that helped us out of the vehicle and told us, what was up, I guess, Oh, hi, Boots. Okay. Anyway, so my mother-in-law told her there was a woman there. Told the fireman there was a woman there helping them. And she said she was a nurse and a police officer, and she told them help was on the way, told them just to stay put. And the fireman said, "We love hearing stories like that. We hear stories like that all the time, and we love hearing about it. It makes us feel like we are being helped. We are being helped. We're not alone." And it definitely made me feel supported. So yeah, my mother-in-law came home and told me, and that's when I was like, oh, that was my guardian angel. And she said exactly what I needed to hear. She said that she was a nurse. Knowing that a nurse was there made me feel comforted. She also said she was a police officer, which I remember thinking that was so strange. Really? She's a nurse and a police officer? But I realized she was saying what my son needed to hear, because my son was screaming, kind of what's going on, very, very startled, because he was only 4 years old and the car rolled, right? So he's, but I think he needed to hear that there was a police officer. That's what made him feel like, oh, we're okay. So it was what I needed in that moment. And So then I was just in awe for days. Like, I was just in awe, and I kept replaying everything in my head and like trying to figure it out. But we can't really figure those types of things out. But it was just a really cool experience. I really didn't talk about it. I don't think I mentioned it on social media at all when it happened. It was kind of just something I wanted to keep to myself at the time. But now that it's been a year, I'm like, oh, I feel like sharing this now. I may have shared it in a few small places. I don't think I made a TikTok about it. I may have mentioned it briefly. Anyway, I also heard that like several months later that our guardian angel is another version of ourself. And I just thought that was interesting because she kind of looked like me. Like, thinking back, she was older than me, but she resembled me